Studio Series Wave 9 in under 60 minutes. Let's go. Hello, it's me again, here to chat shit and waste your time. And today let's start by not chatting shit and wasting time and instead just get straight into it with Studio Series 57 Offroad Bumblebee in over 60 seconds. Let's go. I won't lie to you, I was initially going to skip on this one because for some reason I thought I was happy with the Volkswagen Bee. Honestly, sometimes I realise I deserve to be a punching bag. This is based on a scene that lasted approximately 4 minutes from Bumblebee, and the worst part is this is probably one of my favourite Bumblebee alt modes. Like, I'm being serious, him as a Jeep is just a weird stroke of genius. We've got all the moulded detail you'd expect for a drunk driver to get in, a spare tyre that is neither spare nor a tyre, colour scheme works really well, and hey, for once they didn't f the colour matching on the yellow. And it rolls. How the f did that happen? Honestly, just peak Bumblebee alt mode with a nice and easy transformation, with a robot mode making him just one of the most handsome Bumblebees in Studio Series. And I unironically mean that. This guy is pretty perfect. Sure, he don't have wrists, but neither do people with arthritis. And yeah, the neck's a bit weird, but it's better than having no neck. No, this isn't your spot yet. You'll get your time. But just look, how unnecessarily posable is this? Little bro went for that extra credit. Get that shit, you cash cow. Make that dough. Get that bread. I'm sorry, I literally fell out of bed this morning and it's like a 2-foot drop. I think I'm having a stroke right now. He also does the same thing with the gun as the previous Bumblebee did, but better. And there's only one more thing that can make this Bumblebee even more peak. Backwards compatibility. Like, what's not to love about this figure? I should have done this video backwards because everything after this is just downhill. Fuck's sake. Studio Series 58 Roadbuster in over 60 seconds. Let's go. Average American car, but also the average Scottish car. It's weird how this all turns out in the end, isn't it? I mean, the countries are very similar. They share the Appalachian Mountains, a love for unhealthy food and drinking habits, low mortality rate, high crime rate. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not quite sure why he's kind of turning up in this weird green colour. He doesn't look that in person. He actually looks correct in person, weirdly enough. So in case you were unsure, this is Roadbuster from Dark of the Moon, one of the wreckers, so therefore he looks like a Mad Max NASCAR, or a Mad Max car, if you will, complete with ultra wrecker tyres. You were supposed to be the right way around for when I did that. You're going to financially ruin me over this. As such, he's heavily armed with guns and missiles, and a f***ing rocket turbine shooting at his ass for some reason. I don't care, it's just nice to finally have a weaponized Roadbuster in hand. It rolls well, if by well you mean barely, and that's about it, because it's a car. Car don't always do stuff like you and me. It don't pay bills, don't have to deal with shit. Unlike me, who has to deal with every day. And then you get Roadbuster in his robot mode and he don't even do what he's supposed to do. What is this absolute oddity of just design and kibble? I genuinely think one of my biggest issues with Bay vs Studio Series is the over-reliance on the backpacks. You know, I get these aren't masterpiece figures, I can allow some backpack, but this is just ridiculously excessive. He f***ing looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Oh, shut up, Donatello, you wee specky bastard. Get your ass in gear with that big f***ing magnet to attract singles in one area. Oh shit, is that the other shredder? Aye, it is. That's class, man. I'm gonna kick your f***ing head in. I've had fever dreams that were nicer than that. Anyway, you can barely pull off a superhero landing. Your accessories have been reduced to a single minigun that gets mounted on your arm or behind your head, but we're not allowed to do that. Health and safety would have a fit with an active firearm so close to your head. And as a matter of fact, on the topic of the head, it does exactly what I wanted it to do. It looks pretty good. And I'll be honest, the colours are actually quite nice on this guy, especially in person where they look how they're supposed to. Actually, hang on a minute. Let me just try something. No, okay, it's not my lighting, that's fine. I don't know, there's just something about this being the first of the wreckers that just makes this guy really f***ing sad. But not him, it makes me sad for him. I think he's sad. But not like he's feeling sad. His existence is a bit sad. I can't be arsed talking about this one anymore, let's move on. Studio Series 59 was Jet Shatter from the Bumblebee movie. Car Shatter was better than Helicopter Dropkick, and I wanted Shatter and Dropkick to have a consistent theme between them, so I didn't get her. She's pretty good. Studio Series 60... over here. Studio Series 60 Scrapper in over 60 seconds. Let's go. He something? When I was a kid, I always used to call this thing Scoop, but I think I can blame Bob the Builder for that one. Bob can fix anything he f***ing says. Those children in Bosnia can't fix their lives thanks to you now, Bob. Anyway, Scrapper's some sort of loader, but he's a very weirdly proportioned one. Or is that just me being pedantic? I don't know, this looks very strange from where I'm sitting. I mean, to be fair, I'm currently sat in the cosmic void screaming, so anything will look strange to me. Except for the cunts. They're still cunts. I don't know, just a chunky, weirdly proportioned alt mode, but he does have one articulated feature. That's pretty cool, right? I mean, granted, I feel like thanks to the way they designed it, you can't really use this for anything, but at least it turned up. Why does that look like one of the cassettes? Also, can I just share one thing with you real quick? Is this, or is this not just the most satisfying free spinning wheel you've ever seen on a Transformer? So f***ing good. Anyway, we go from chunky, weirdly proportioned alt mode to chunky, weirdly proportioned robot mode. Oh my good golly god, what the f*** is this? I actually can't tell you off the top of my head how accurate this is, but this looks very funky. Remember kids, stylized doesn't always mean good. It just means there's not really a uniform way to describe it. For better and for Scrapper. Also, like I said, really weird crab head with no neck. There's some f***ing prime real estate going on behind that head. F*** me. Mind you, I do like the extendable claw slapper arm. He's gonna pick up that litter and slap the shit out of whoever dropped it. Also, probably the most deadly weapon in Transformers, the Chernobyl claw. If you don't know what that is and you want a bad time, feel free to Google it. I'll give him credit where it's due for the 5mm ports. At least there's some sort of playability with this guy beyond some dodgy articulation. And like I talk about dodgy articulation, this is the best you get out of the legs. Like they can move forwards and backwards, but that's it. This squatting pose is the best you're getting out of his leg pose ability, which is a real shame, because I really love the way that the front bucket splits and forms the legs with the wheels. So fucking cool and clean, yeah. I don't know, it's like I said, I think Mixmaster and Hightower were where the Constructicons kind of peaked, because this is the opposite of Long Haul, where Long Haul's over-designed to the point there's just kibble fucking everywhere. This guy is no kibble, and yet he still has no fucking posability. What the fuck? Ugh, 1 out of 3 in this wave are the only ones that are actually any good. Let's get this motherfucker out of here. Let's talk about our last figure of the day. Studio Series 61 Sentinel Prime in over 60 seconds. Let's go. Bro's a fire truck. A very panelly fire truck for some reason. Guys, I think this might be a robot. Complete with safety mandated black tires and thankfully no mushroom pigs. Also, he comes with an articulated thing on the roof. I don't really care. I wish there was more to say about this. I really like the shade of red that they painted on. These silver doors with the logo repeating throughout the alt mode is very nice to see. I think 316 is a reference to how many guys have been with your mom. Yeah, it's just solid alt mode. It rolls, it's fine. There's nothing else to add. F it, let's carry on. What can I say? It's too hot and I'm lacking in enthusiasm, so any chance to wrap this up quicker, I'll take it. To me, SS61 handles like The Last Jedi. I know what it's doing. It knows what it's doing. And yet, I just don't feel it doing. Let's start off with positives. I absolutely love this head sculpt. It looks very nice. It looks just like Leonard Nimoy. The paint applications and the detailing across the figure are very nice. The kibble management's hardly ideal, but when this is what it's supposed to do, I guess that's just the world we live in. F you. But the part I really don't feel with this guy is the posability. He's sculpted in such a way that he's designed in such a way from the transformation that he constantly has to have something of a forward tilt. Like if you were to have him standing with his legs straight, it gives this impression, and you can tell that's not what it's supposed to do. Wow, who'd have thought this Sentinel would be a double homage to animated. Stylized shins that sweep forward as they rise up. And he's a dick. Also, he has a waist, but you're barely gonna get all out of that. Also, from facing straight on, that's as far left as the guy can look. Why am I now looking at this more and more just thinking of Joe Biden? What the f***? Again, I cannot stress how much I love the colours and painted applications on this guy. Also, some kibble detaches to form the sword, and while I appreciate the idea, there is a lot working against the execution. But you can dual wield with it, so that must count for something, right? Right? Where'd you guys go? I don't know, Sentinel, you old f***. There's a lot to like and a lot to not like. The sculpt work is beautiful and the detailing is fantastic, and you can tell a lot of work's been done on it. It looks really good. But the wonky articulation mixed with the lack of accessories that are decent. Seriously, why the f*** didn't he come with his gun? I'd rather that over the sword. Just leave a lot to be desired, and this is a figure I can very much tell benefits from upgrade kits. But that is a ship that is very much sailed for me, I'm afraid. Honestly, what a fucking bizarre wave. These three just have so much working against them, and it's genuinely a shame, because like Roadbuster and Sentinel were two of my favourites. The last night trench when, guys? This was the first wave after the pandemic, and I feel like it slightly shows. But alas, that's the world we live in. I don't know, it, let's just move on to wave 10 already and get this year wrapped up. Like, surely that one's got to be better than this. Apart from the unparalleled class of residential R guy and hero of the hour Bumblebee,